I'm glad today to help bring praise to a good friend who has spent his days and nights for the last several years allaying the unfounded fears of supervisors and CEOs and other social networking foes whose attitudes sometimes seem bitter against the use of Facebook and Twitter. That healthcare hero, of course, is Ed. No surname needed, for once you've said his first name in the healthcare space, it brings to mind the kindly face, the smiling, friendly profile pic that eerily resembles Old St. Nick. Like Santa, Ed's brought lots of joys by showing that these tools aren't toys, that YouTube and LinkedIn can be good in healthcare, and so hospitals should make access open to their workers and not assume they all are shirkers. But wait, I mustn't get ahead of the real reason we are honoring Ed. In the early days of 2009, after hearing many colleagues whine that hospital leaders would not engage the thought of starting a Facebook page, Ed knew that it would be a fait accompli if he gathered data. If he could show that rivals and peers had overcome initial fears, he knew the foes would change their minds to keep from being left behind. So Ed created his compilation of hospitals across the nation. With Facebook pages or Twitter accounts, we watched the numbers steadily mount. He overcame fear, uncertainty, and doubt with the greater fear of being left out. 'Twas a labor of love, but a manual one, until Ed decided 'twas no longer fun. So he vowed he would muster just one more drive to update the list and create an archive. But then I suggested that it would be great if we picked up what he had begun to curate and made it become a permanent resource, acknowledging Ed's founding role, of course, that we would provide programming and training so many others could help in maintaining. Instead of Ed as an army of one, by using crowdsourcing, the job would get done. Ed quickly agreed in response to my note, because it would give him the time to devote to leading a task force that we had begun, a social media health network one, to stop the blocking of social sites. Ed wanted to help lead the fight for access to these powerful tools by healthcare workers with proper rules to maximize the benefits for patients and the system. It's been just 4 years since we first tweeted, and in Baltimore he greeted me with warmth as a gracious host. He truly is one of the most deserving of having his name in the Healthcare Internet Hall of Fame. While earlier I did declare that all must already be aware of Ed's amazing gifts to us, his surname seemed superfluous. But then I thought, what if some doc had spent 4 years beneath a rock, or for 2 decades like Rip Van Winkle had been asleep? He'd have no inkle of who it is that we acclaim. Ed Bennett is our good friend's name.